This is So Like You Know, the podcast your mother warned you about.
Are you crazy? These kids could really hurt themselves with this stuff.
Oh, God, I thought that was absolutely dreadful.
How's it going? I'm Bo, and you're listening to Spreaker. Wait, I did that backwards. How's it going? This is So Like You Know, the podcast your mother warned you about. I'm Bo.
I'm Chris.
And the show should go well since I already screwed up quite well. If you like our show, though, make sure you check us out on solikeyouknow.com.
You can also check us out every Friday at 9:30 Mountain Time right here on Spreaker.com/SLYK Radio.
Don't forget, if you'd like to listen to our shenanigans and see what's going on, you can check those out at Facebook and Twitter at SLYK Radio.
But with all that out of the way, this is the show for the week of May 16th.
Yeah! So, like normal, we like to start out our show with our intro to the Microbrew in review.
This week we yet again have a shout out to my buddy Esteban at Rocky Mountain Brewery who gave us a growler full of Eat a Peach. Their peach cobbler, I think it's an ale.
A growler, if you guys are curious, is 64 ounces.
A giant freaking bottle.
Oh,
so.
You should be kind of drunk by the end of the show, I think.
But we'll let you know how it tastes. Cheers. So, ooh, wow.
All right, interesting. Well, after our little intro, we like to go right into the Sparky BuzzFeed.
This is where you can get your nerdy, geeky, game, movie, whatever type news we feel like filling up this part with. Woo-hoo.
Woo! Oh, I'm still pulling out my stuff.
So, starting up this week, Microsoft has announced Halo 5 Guardians coming to the Xbox One fall of 2015.
It looks like we're going to be getting some new characters as well as 2 new vehicles, possibly.
Let's hold the horse and pony show here for a second. 2015.
Yeah, that is a good point.
2 years after the Xbox One launches. Did you not start working on it yet? Hey,
I wonder.
We started doing this last week, so
Maybe the Halo people are like, we didn't know about the one.
Sorry,
I don't know how you didn't know.
No one told us. 2015. The machine came out November 2013. You're saying this is going to come out fall 2015, so maybe September?
Maybe they were waiting for that price drop that's finally coming.
Well, it's not really a price drop. We'll talk about that in a minute. So, I was not a big fan of Halo 4.
I enjoyed it, but I didn't play it enough to really say that I was a huge fan either.
Every freaking multiplayer map was the same damn thing. They were all in an X with 2 to 3 different levels.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, I haven't played it long enough that I actually forgot that.
There was one that was there was rows in the shape of an asterisk, not an X. My bad. So there was 6 different options.
Yeah, that's not really a good setup there, especially when you got all these new kind of games where it's just so all over the place. But we're actually going to talk about that in a little while.
But here's the thing about the console war is that everyone says, "Oh, I'm going to pick my machine based off the exclusives." Halo was pretty much one of the only 2 exclusives Microsoft has, and you're not going to launch it for another year. So, I mean, there's rumors that Titanfall is going to be on PlayStation by the end of the year.
Yep, so I've actually vaguely heard that too.
Xbox might lose that one exclusive that they have. So it's going to be like Call of Duty, where Xbox had it first.
The only exclusives they'll have at that point is those small little gold games that you get every so often.
And Sunset Overdrive, which is that Borderlands cel-shaded looking zombie killer game.
I saw its title for that, and that was as far as my interest went.
I'll show you the preview after the show's over. It looks like a cel-shaded game, so it looks like Borderlands animation, and they're killing things that kind of sort of look like zombies, but they're cartoony.
Okay. So yeah, so they redid Borderlands.
Pretty much.
All right, that's pretty sad.
So, but it's in a city, and it's not a ruined city. It's like active in all Japanimation. And
yeah.
Anyway, back on Halo 5. Go ahead and talk about the other parts we were talking about. Why does my butt hurt?
Well, Halo. The Xbox is going to be dropping their price to $399.
We're not going to that part yet.
The other things. So they're going to have 2 new vehicles. They look like they were one ground-based and then one air-based. The air-based one was a Halo or a Spartan.
You get to fly an entire Halo.
The whole damn thing was a Spartan vehicle, and then the other one looked like a kind of a tank-based.
Yeah.
So
because the 2 tanks they have now aren't enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, they're kind of big and bulky. From the images I saw, maybe they're a little
tanks
smaller.
Are big and bulky. Yeah.
So maybe it's kind of like you stand on it tank.
Maybe
kind of thing where I don't know, whatever.
I don't know. Yeah.
And then I didn't see the new character at all. Is it going to be like Covenant or Spartan?
I didn't really. All I saw was that they announced it.
Yeah.
And I saw the words Halo announced. I'm like, well, I'm probably going to talk about that. Not watching the trailer, but I probably had to talk about that.
Yeah, I missed the trailer, but I'll make sure to post it on Slick's page.
So Facebook.com/SLYK Radio will post it there here like now.
Yeah,
I'll do it. I got the
he's
phone.
got it. He's got it.
So. But speaking of trailers,
I literally just watched it. Chris watched it a while ago. The new Flash that's going to be on the CW just released their extended trailer, which just really made the show look awesome. Kind of like a little part is that it's actually going to work between Arrow and the Flash. Chris was telling me that they actually introduced each other in Arrow very recently.
Barry was on 3 episodes of Arrow this season.
So that's pretty cool that they're going to make those 2 work together. But the whole thing itself, it looked really well done. The filming looked nice. And from the trailer, it was a 5-minute trailer. It seems like the acting is going to be at least good, not the subpar crap that's mostly on CW for me.
Please know that Bo has not watched Arrow, so don't take any offense.
I'm not saying CW suck or CW. I'm not saying Arrow sucks. I haven't watched it, and I really do. I've just been watching Star Wars Clone Wars, so I'm getting there.
Yeah. So, overall, I was a little worried about Grant Gustin, who is the actor that's playing Barry Allen, only because the only role I've ever seen him in was as a warbler on Glee.
I don't even...
So,
wow.
the all-men's choir. Yeah. And he was the one that put rock salt in a Slurpee and hit somebody in the eye, and I got rock salt in my eye.
Nice.
Yeah, that's all I remember.
I watched like 3 episodes of Glee. So.
Okay. The character on Arrow was good. He was kind of mousy, kind of annoying. He wasn't the stand-up. I grew up with Wally West as the Flash, so I grew up with a loudmouth idiot as the Flash, pretty much. So having an experience in looking and having time with Barry Allen was actually pretty appealing. So,
yeah, that seems pretty freaking awesome. That's going to be coming out soon.
Yeah, it'll premiere this fall on the CW.
Yeah, is it going to run alongside the Arrow? Or
yeah, they're probably going to have a superhero night more than likely.
Okay,
they'll probably have Arrow at like 7, 8 Central and Flash at 8, 9 Central.
Well, I wonder if they're going to come out with some other hero-related stuff for CW.
Not for CW. Fox is coming out with a show called Gotham, which the main character will be Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Yep. So, I haven't seen much of that, but if it's on Fox, that means it's going to be on for a season, and then they're going to cancel it.
Nice.
Like Fox does with every show that's not The Simpsons.
Yeah, because, Family Guy like that's exactly what my point was going to be. 2 years.
Yep.
So, complete stupid bullshit.
Now we'll go back to the Xbox, because it gave me a minute to unwind. So, the Xbox is technically going in for a price drop. Now everyone's like, what? They're lowering the Xbox One's price by $100? Not quite. Essentially, what Microsoft is doing is they're now going to start selling an Xbox One basic bundle. What that means is you're going to get the console, you're going to get your controller, you're going to get all the fancy cables, blah, 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 and no Kinect. Woo! So no Kinect 2.0 on that version. There are some games that really take advantage of the Kinect, and also the voice commands function through the Kinect, so it turns the Xbox One into a gaming console, pretty much.
A PlayStation.
Yeah, it pretty much turns into a PlayStation, which is all well and good.
A slightly less powerful PlayStation.
Yeah, so at this point, now Microsoft's like, oh, we're directly competing with Sony. Not quite. The machine... If you look, okay, they're both at $399, all right? The PlayStation still has like 3 times the graphic power of an Xbox. Mm-hmm. At this point, if you're going apples for apples, I don't get a camera with one. Well, let's see. Sony, Okay, now let me finish this before I start dissing on Microsoft again. Microsoft is also going to extend its Games for Gold product, which gives you 2 free games a month, to the Xbox One.
That's what I was, yeah.
Now, more than likely, it's going to resemble a lot of what Sony does. Sony hasn't really released a lot of A-plus titles for the PS4. They've released some really good titles, like Mercenary Kings and some other things on there that have been part of the program. But for the PS4 right now, the things that are released on PS Plus are just, they're fun games that, I got a month before the next game I want to play comes out, but I want to do something. You got a free game on PS Plus you can play.
I wonder if the Xbox One games are going to be older ones that are just the new, just revamped a little bit.
Like if they do a re-release or something like that, like an Xbox 360 game, maybe. So they're going to move the games of gold to Xbox One, which is probably just going to be arcade games. It's probably just going to be games that were made for the Xbox Marketplace that they're just going to be like, hey, it's free this month for the next 15 days. As well as Microsoft has now removed the restriction of needing Xbox Live Gold to use entertainment apps. So
like Netflix?
Right. So you no longer need Gold to use Netflix, Hulu.
I have like 8 people I need to tell that to.
Yeah, that's going to be coming up soon, so everyone's like, oh, finally. I mean, PlayStation's been doing it for frickin' ever. Mm-hmm. And here's my problem, and I'll go into this, is that it seems Microsoft's trying to play catch-up. Now we have 2 $399 machines. So we got 2 $400 machines. I have to spend $400. What am I going to do? Am I going to buy the less powerful machine, or am I going to buy the more powerful machine? Everyone's like, well, my friends are on Xbox. All your friends are on 360. How many people do you know that own a One? Like 3?
Yep.
How many people do you know that own a 360? Like 50?
Yeah. As far as one, you and Gibbous.
Yes, you know 2 people. I'm the only person. Okay, I know Gibbous, but I mean, I don't actively. Gibbous, I'm sorry, but we don't actively hang out. So technically, I know me and my boss's boss. We're the 2 people I know that I actively talk to every day that have Xbox One. Oh, and Justin has one. But these people also have Xbox 360, and I keep telling people, I've told you, pretty much everyone I talk to, I'm getting on the PlayStation bandwagon because it's a more powerful machine. I've seen the comparison of ghosts between machines. It looks smoother on the freaking PS4. Every game is going to be better on the PS4.
It's funny as if I jump back into the PlayStation, because I was PlayStation for the longest time. I refused to get an Xbox because I went from Nintendo to PlayStation. Well, I never really left Nintendo, but,
But, I mean, there were
until the Wii U came out, then I ran like hell.
There was no exclusives on the PS3 that warranted anybody to stay on it unless you were a Final Fantasy nerd. Mm-hmm. There was nothing on there. Oh, and God of War. Those are 2 titles. I can name off countless titles for the Xbox 360 that generated massive support. Halo, Gears of War. You get Call of Duty content a month ahead of the PlayStation people. Mm-hmm. There's Xbox 360 exclusives that were just awesome. And I mean, those 2 titles alone, I'm sure there are other titles that, were, oh man, Xbox 360. And the thing is, it was easier to manage your friends list. It was easier to send messages. The Xbox Live setup for the 360 versus what the PS3 originally had was just easier.
Yeah, now it's basically straightforward messaging friends. You can do it online. You can do a thing. Both of them are the same.
PlayStation's fixed it. You can manage friends list. You have like 5,000 people. PlayStation, you can jump in and help a friend if they're stuck on something on a game. Whereas Microsoft, if they're playing something, be like, hey man, stop what you're doing, back out and start a co-op lobby. PlayStation can just be like, oh dude, you're stuck on this part of Grand Theft Auto, hang on, join, and now I'm there helping you shoot people in the face.
Yeah.
And then I can just pop back out and you can continue on playing your game.
Sounds like weird sex.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. So, at this point, everyone's like, oh, so Microsoft is doing this price point drop. It's not really a price point drop. They're taking away a $100 peripheral. Yeah. They're saying, okay, we won't make you have the camera.
I'm curious, how much do they charge for the Kinect exterior?
$100.
Is it $100? It's not like $120?
Oh, they probably charge like $110 or $120, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
So here's my thing with the Kinect, is that's what made the Xbox One cool. It's like, for example, playing Dead Rising 3. You're sitting there's a whole bunch of zombies, and they're around the corner bothering something you need to get to. You can run around another corner and yell at your TV, over here! And the zombies will go, ugh! And then they'll go over to where you just were, and then you can run around and get whatever they were bothering.
On the One?
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
It is cool.
I did not know that.
There are games that, need the Kinect.
They work that, yeah.
That they've worked it in, that the Kinect is a part of the game.
Nice.
And, Dead Rising did that. I think, like, you raised your flag on frickin' Assassin's Creed, or you did something.